Welcome back to Yakuza, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the last video. Last time, we took a look around Sapporo in Yakuza 5 and saw what kinds of sights it had. This time, I'm going to be looking at some good Christmas themed sub-stories like I said in the last video. Anyway, sit back, relax, and let's get on with it. The first one I want to take a look at is called From a Far Off Land. We start out this sub-story with Kiryu noticing a small boy and his mother talking about what the boy wants for Christmas. If you know anything about Yakuza 5, then you know Kiryu is in his big sad time. Upon seeing this, he thinks to himself about how he wishes he could be home for the holidays with all the kids at the orphanage. He's not sure what he should do, so he asks Wada-san at Nagasu Taxi for some advice. He tells Kiryu, "I guess you should do what you can now, or you might regret it." And so, Kiryu overlooks the river in thought and comes to the conclusion that he'll send money over for each kid to buy what they want for Christmas. This is where the main gameplay of the sub-story comes in. There's no fights, you're just sending off money to the orphanage. I guess if you're running really low on money, then this sub-story might be a challenge in that regard. But apart from that, it's really simple. First, Kiryu sends 5,000 yen over for Izumi so she can get a new dog collar for Mame. Next, Kiryu sends over 5,000 yen for Shiro to get a Constellations encyclopedia. Up next is Eri. Kiryu sends over 8,000 yen so she can get a big rabbit plushie. Next, Kiryu sends 6,000 yen for Riona to get a new pair of shoes. Then he sends 6,000 for Mitsuo to buy some new clothes. Next, he sends 10,000 yen for a Signature Series baseball glove for Koji. Then he sends another 10,000 for Taichi to get a replica wrestling mask. And finally, he sends 20,000 yen for Ayako to get a new pair of running shoes, since she's on the track team now. In total, Kiryu sends over 70,000 yen, so not a whole lot of money. But like I said, if you're running low, you might struggle with this sub-story. This is probably my favourite sub-story in this game. You get to find out what's been going on with the kids at the orphanage, since the last time you'd seen them at this point was Yakuza 3. It's also nice that Kiryu still thinks of ways to make the kids happy, even when he can't be there to see them. This is one of those sub-stories that just humanises Kiryu even more, and I love it for that. Before we get to the next sub-story, I'd like to take a small, unscripted break. Since this is my last commentary video before Christmas, I'd like to wish you all a Merry Christmas. And for those of you that don't celebrate Christmas, I don't know why you're watching this, but I hope you have a good weekend. Hopefully going into 2023 I can make more commentary videos and stuff like this video. I'm still not sure how these videos are gonna go, so please tell me in the comments what you think of them. Anyway, let's get on to the next sub-story. This next sub-story is called The Santa Hunters. It follows Saejima in Tsukimino. As he walks into an alley, he sees a guy on the ground dressed in a Santa costume. The man tells Saejima that there's a gang that beat up people dressed as Santa called the Santa Hunters, for some reason. So then Saejima, the absolute soldier he is, takes it upon himself to dress as Santa to lure out the gang and teach them a lesson. Saejima steps out into a shopping district, and oh look, the kids think he's really Santa. Look, more kids. Hey, this one's a bit too demanding. Wait, where'd they all come from? Saejima gets himself in a bit of a pickle, and so he decides to run away at full sprint for like 10 seconds while Jingle Bells plays in the background. He then runs into another alley to make sure he doesn't get surrounded again, then ends up face to face with the Santa Hunters. And for some reason, despite hating Christmas so much, they start quoting Christmas carols. After spreading a bit of Christmas cheer, the gang are wiped out. They beg Saejima to stop, but now Saejima starts singing Christmas carols too. Except this time he gets interrupted by the kids from earlier. They ask for presents again, and Saejima says he doesn't have anything again. But then he comes up with a bright idea to give them the gang's baseball bats and nunchucks. And that's how it ends, a happy ending for all. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this look at these festive sub-stories. This video took a while to make, with having to get all the way to the 8th chapter for the Saejima sub-story, so I'd appreciate if you left a like. That's it for this video. Tomorrow comes the special Yakuza montage. Take care everyone.